what I almost always get. Y'all want to know about the money? No, y'all want to know about the money, and I don't know who told you there's money. Dumelang kaofela. Ke nna Mankobetso Mokoka, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I know it's been a hot minute. It's been a while. It's been 6 full months. I think almost 7. Hey, Deck, please. No. Life. Yeah. Anyway, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and welcome to the first video of 2022, child. We are 7 months in, and here I am. And you know what, it wasn't even a thing of like I wasn't sure about social media, like I wasn't sure about YouTube anymore. I wasn't sure it was none of that. Like life, no, but we're busy. Anyway, I'm here to just give you a little bit of an update. I'm here to give you a bit of context so that we are all on the same page moving forward. So I wrote down some pointers. Also, for those who know, it's here. For those who know, my little cup, my coffee, no standard, so good. Anyway, so I have a monitor there just to make sure that it's still filming, just to kind of make sure that it's still kind of in frame. So if I'm like, I'm checking the monitor just to see that red beeping thing so that I don't talk, and only to find that it hasn't been recording. Secondly, I wrote some stuff down. So I just wanted to kind of have like a short little update, as obviously a way to come back to YouTube, to just also give context, to give an update, so that moving forward, we are all on the same page. We all know what's happening. Nobody's confused. You know? Firstly, no, you know what? Let's just get into the first things first. The family has grown. My time away, the family has grown. We have hit 1,000 subscribers. I think we're a little bit more than that now. I want to thank you to all the people who've been here since day one, the ones who hopped on along the road, all the new people. It disconnected. Why? Let me check if it's still filming. Ciao, what's going on? We're still filming, so I'm just gonna hope and pray that I'm in frame. I'm gonna hope and pray that everything's working out well, because I don't know what's happening with my monitor. Anyway, yeah, so thank you to everybody who has subscribed. I truly appreciate it. It's exciting, man. It's exciting. I was thinking of doing maybe a 1K giveaway, but I'm not quite sure what to give away, because obviously you have different people who are watching, and I don't know for what, you know, like to pick one gift that will cater for everybody. I don't know. So comment below and just let me know what do you think would be a good giveaway for 1K subscribers. The conditions of the giveaway will definitely be, you will have to be subscribed to my channel, follow me on IG, and yeah, just leave a comment below on this video, you know, on my first video in a long time, and you will automatically enter into the giveaway. As to what to give away, I think that's what you should comment. Yeah, the comment should be like a suggestion of what the giveaway should be, and then in the next video I will definitely announce what the giveaway is. From my side, I was thinking, should I do like 1,000 rand for 1,000 subscribers? I don't know, yeah, but yeah, let me know down below what you think the giveaway should be. And yeah, so that's that on that. So that's that on the subscribers. Everybody new, welcome. Everybody who's been here, hi. Still welcome me back. And then second update that I think not everybody, but like if you've watched my latest video, you will know. The second update is I'm officially a qualified medical doctor. That's get that happy. I'm officially a qualified medical doctor. I think when I look at my Instagram and I look at what, you know, people kind of DM me about or comment about, there's quite a bit of interest on how, you know, internship has been and how it's been treating me. I will at a later stage do like a review on internship and how it's been treating me. For now, let's see. For now, how has it been? Um, I think different rotations differ. What I have learned, your seniors and your colleagues really can either make or break your internship experience. I have also learned that there is a lot that happens in terms of the healthcare system that really impact how, you know, that impact you, how you work, that impacts the patients that you care of. There's just I don't want to say politics, but there's just a lot that's going on that obviously when you're in school you're not aware of. You're just you know about it, but you never experience because you're just there for a couple of hours. You go when you're proper like now hired and you're a full-time worker. Your experience is different. But I will be doing an interview on that. And another point I wanted to touch on this update is the shift from being a student to a medical doctor. It's been quite an interesting shift. I think obviously that shift also depends heavily on which institution you decided to do your internship at. But I must say, hey, being a student, I don't know, I mean, everything has its pros and cons. But wow, sometimes it's somehow well to knock off when the students leave, like when they, oh, we have a touch, and they go, somehow. No, I sometimes wish like I was also going off, but also when I think about like when I knock off, I've knocked off, that's great. How have the calls been? Again, depending on the rotation and the institutions, the calls haven't been the cutest. I think calls are the least favorite part of my job. I do not like calls. I do not enjoy calls, but they need to be done. So I guess we'll do them. It's just, yeah, for me, going on 30 hours without sleep, I don't know, man, just doesn't, it's not something that I want for myself, and I don't think anyone want that for themselves. So yeah, and also there are some rotations where literally you work week after week, week after week, where you don't have a weekend off. You might have like a Sunday off, but you're working the Saturday, or you have a Saturday off, but you're working the Sunday, or you have, when you have both Saturday and Sunday, you are working overnight on Friday, meaning you're out, like you're like tired the Saturday. It's like, I don't know. Yeah, calls are not for me. Working without any weekend breaks, not for me. It really not hasn't been pleasant in terms of the working hours. So with in terms of like learning and just being like a doctor and applying a plan, it's been great. It's been nice to kind of apply your clinical reasoning and then asking your senior, okay, is this okay? And then your senior, it's like, yeah, sure. You know, you get a senior review. I think that's the nice thing. You have support, you have supervision, you have somebody reviewing and be like, nah, yeah, you can do that. And there's times where your senior makes a plan, you're like, but why this plan and not the other plan? And they just kind of like teach you and correct any fault in your thinking or whatever the case might be, or in your knowledge. And that has been great. The learning has been good. It is not as anxiety provoking as in med school, but there is still a bit of residual anxiety because of the experience that one had as a student, especially like I'm speaking specifically to me. So that's the shift from being kind of like a student to a doctor. And then a question that I almost always get, y'all want to know about the money? No, y'all want to know about the money, and I don't know who told you there's money. I think also the financial part, maybe depending on how I feel and how comfortable I am talking about finances, I might touch on it at a later stage. But for now, what I can say is I am so grateful, so appreciative of the fact that I'm able to do things when I want, you know, do things for myself. Like being financially independent has been so freeing. Like obviously everything has its pros and cons or whatever, but I'm not gonna lie, it's been nice to be financially independent. It's been nice to be able to do things for myself when I want, whenever, not having to ask anybody, not having to ask anyone. The hell I'm gonna let that on. So that has been absolutely amazing. I love being independent. I love being independent. So yeah, that is that on me being a medical doctor. Just a little snippet. We'll have a more in-depth video. And then next update, how has my mental health been? Oh, kind of gonna look coffee a little bit. Chair. Let me take this out. has my mental health been? Chat. Let me tell you a little something. My mental health has been a roller coaster. Why am I feeling a bit emotional? My mental health has been a roller coaster. I think the beginning of the year was the worst for me in terms of my mental health. It was the absolute bottom. The adjustment from varsity to like working, the amount of admin that's involved with moving, the admin that's involved with HR and contracts, the finances. Woo! The finances that's involved. This is, mind you, you haven't been paid. You have to move cities. You have to find a place to live. You have to eat. You have to buy clothes. Obviously, like just a few to top up whatever you may need to top up for work. The beginning of the year was so overwhelming for me. It was such an adjustment for me. I think I'm still adjusting. No, I think the transition from varsity has been major for me. I think I'm still adjusting. And also to living alone. I think another thing is that in varsity, as much as I had my own room, I shared a kitchen with my friend Tracy, and now you live completely alone. That's also an adjustment. I went through a lot at the beginning of the year. I think my anxiety was peaking. I was having depressive episodes. My body would feel heavy. The work was also overwhelming and overbearing. And I think one of the scariest things is you work so hard, you work for so many years, you give up so much to get, to qualify and to become a medical doctor. And for me, it was my brain was glitching when I was here working, but I wasn't happy. Like, this is like, that's how you get through final year. You're holding on to your first year of internship. You're just like, you know what I mean? And when I got here and the work was showing me flames and the working hours were showing me flames and you wouldn't sleep, and it was just, at some point there were days that would go by and I haven't eaten. And I remember when I had my first leave, I couldn't eat 3 meals in a day. So normally, obviously, you wouldn't eat because you're at work, you're working, you're occupied. A day passed by and you've had 1 or 2 meals. And I was on leave and there was food available to me and I was hungry, but I couldn't eat. I just couldn't. And I don't know. That did, yeah, I don't know. That made me feel some type of way that triggered me. It was like, okay, but what about taking care of myself? What about prioritizing myself? What do I mean? I'm hungry, but I'm not eating. Because I'm not used to eating. I'm used to being in a starvation mode. Like if I eat after 2-3 bites, I'm full. It was just a lot for me. My first leave was a lot for me. Because that's where a lot of my reflections happened, and I realized, like, even when now, because I'm so used to not sleeping, I'm so used to not eating, even when I have the opportunity to, I couldn't do it. Not that I didn't want to, I couldn't do it. And I don't know how I felt about that and the damage that has been done to my body. And it was a process of, okay, now how do I get back into it? How do I get myself to eat and actually be able to finish a full meal? Those who know me, I love food. So how come I can't finish a plate of food now? It threw me off. And another thing with mental health that really threw me off. So prior to looking back, I think I'm somebody who's had mental issues. I just didn't know about them. But they were specifically not highlighted, but like they really were strong. Not stronger. They were more prominent. They were more, I hope you get me. But they were more present or whatever in varsity because of certain life events that took place. And because I recognized my mental issues when I was in varsity, for some or other reason, I associated, where I was with my mental, health. And our campus, I don't know about other people, it was very much isolated. I didn't have a car. It wasn't the nicest. There was a lot of, it wasn't the nicest. So I had associated the anxiety, the depressive episode with that place that I thought once I'm out, let's go. So when I came here and I still had the anxiety, which I still have till today, and I still have the depressive episode, it was also a lot. It really hit me hard because I was like, oh, so it's real, because even outside that environment that I thought triggered those things, it's still present, and I was like, okay, we need to start healing. But anyway, I hope all of that made sense, because I just went, yeah. And just to close off on the mental health, I think one of the things that really gets me is imposter syndrome. Because you can recognize when it's happening, like, what do I mean I don't deserve? Like, there are certain things that I would achieve even in this year personally, and I would get that imposter syndrome. Who do you think you are? As if I'm not worthy, as if I don't belong, as if I'm a fraud. Especially when you treat patients and you're like, this is my plan. Sometimes you're like, ooh, what if my senior looks at this and they're like, the plan is wrong? Like, how did you even make it through med school? Like, sometimes you have those moments where you feel like, am I deserving to be here? And funny enough, regardless of the amount of reassurance you get, whether you ordered a certain test that, on a patient, or you ordered a certain scan, or you picked up something, or whatever, no matter how many reassurances you have every now and then, well, rather me, no matter how many reassurances I have every now and then, I'd still have that thing of saying, is this correct? What if, whether my senior or my fellow colleagues see it and they're like, that's her plan? Honey, I still get that thing of saying, am I a fraud? Like, I'm a whole medical doctor, child. Wow. And there are days that I do embrace it, Shane. There are days where I embrace it. There are days where I'm like, yes, I belong here. Yes, I worked hard to get here. But some days I do get caught off guard. And yeah, that sucks. But at least I'm aware of it. So yeah, it's some of the things that I'm working on. And that's kind of like where I've been, like, mentally. It's a roller coaster, it's an up and down, but I won't lie, lately it's been great. Lately I've been in a good space. I've been very anxious though, not so much depressive episode, I've been very anxious, but overall it's been like, I've been okay. I mean, I'm here filming. So that speaks volume about where I am mentally. Anyway, next point, let's move right along. That took longer than I thought. Moving cities. My word, I miss my friends. I miss my friends. That's the number one thing about moving cities. I miss my friends. I miss my girls. I miss my city girls. I miss my friends. 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 Guys, I have amazing friends. Oh my word. I miss them. I miss having access to them. I miss going out with them. I miss my friends. I miss taking pictures with them, taking snaps. I miss everything. Like, I really miss my friends. So that has been very hard with moving cities, like just being away from my friends. I mean, obviously we stay in contact, it's not the same. So that has been tough. That has really been tough. These are the people that I spent the past 6 years with. We've celebrated birthdays. We've been with each other through hardships, the highs, the lows. They support, like, you barely came home. So these were my support systems, my rock. And not to be away from them. It's been, I don't want to lie, it hasn't been nice. So I miss my friends. And then another thing with moving CCs on that, cha, what do y'all do in Joburg? Like, I'm like kind of on a mission to find the coolest spots, the underdogs, the top dogs. I want to experience it all. I want to turn it upside down, just in case after my internship I decide to leave Joburg. I really want to experience it. So let me know in the comments down below what are some cool spots I can visit. I can maybe even vlog like what to do in Joburg thing. I don't know, but just let me know where I can go, which places I can, see. I can say, man, like lirang in Joburg. What do you guys do for fun? Plug me in the comments. Plug me, please, because a girl wanna be out and about. I wanna do a ishia and look amazing and go, please. Okay, so next I want to try and keep it short, child. Adulting. Okay, so with adulting, I think there have been scams in life. There will be scams in life. Nothing will ever come close to adulting. Are you mad? That thing is fire, yeah? And the thing is, like when you're young, you're thinking it's cool, it looks cool. You're thinking at 25 you're gonna have a double-story house with 3 SUVs and a sports car and a little baby and married and hypo. For me, it's the daily maintenance, like the things that you need to, making sure that laundry's done, washing your dishes, getting groceries, cooking, cleaning, just daily things. And on top of the daily things, you have stuff that need to run obviously concurrently. You need to take care of your finances. You want to read to expand yourself. You want to improve yourself. You need to be a friend. You need to be a sister. You need to be you need to be a daughter. You need to check up on your family, on your friends. You need to check in with yourself. Honey, adulting has been showing me flames. I don't want to lie. On most days I get overwhelmed. On most days I get overwhelmed and just kind of like not be able to do anything. And to be honest, on most days I'm not winning. On most days I'm not winning. On most days I'm not making it. It's been a lot. I think I'm finding a system that might work for me. Oh, and you need to work out and eat properly and go out and have a social life and develop skills, like either getting your license or it's a lot. Hey, it's been a lot. It's been overwhelming, but I think one of the things that I don't know if it's nice, but that's nice, there's no deadline. That's one of the things that really calmed me down. There's taxes to do, there is medical aids to sort out, there is retirement annuity to think about, there's investments you want to think about. And for me, when I told myself, listen, there is actually no due date. That's the nice thing about it. There's no due date. Not that you must like wait forever and not do things, but at least you can focus on one task at a time. Okay, medical aid, okay, done. Next, taxes, okay, done. Next, you know what I'm saying? Okay, done. You can maybe try that, because I used to get so overwhelmed that there's so many things to do. There's so much to sort out. I don't know. Please, if you're a bit older, please give me any adulting advice, or let me know if you ever win. If you relate, child, just leave me a hug, because I don't know. It's been heavy. It's really been heavy. Also, it's expensive. I can't believe how expensive things are. I can't believe how expensive things are. No? And also, why are things expensive when it's outside to be adults? Oh, it's always been like this place. We didn't know, ne? No. Get dura. No? It's hella expensive also. So there's that. And that is that on just a few things that I wanted to update you guys on. In a nutshell, I am now a medical doctor. I have moved cities. I am currently in my 7th month of working. I am on my 3rd rotation of the year. Mentally, we're doing well. Started off bad, but we're doing much, much better. And yeah, I think that's really, really about it. That's the context I hope you guys like, So when I post, because I've been filming content like vlogs and whatever, so when I do post them, I hope they make a little bit more sense. Yeah, so adulting was my last little, it was my fifth point that I just wanted to quickly update you guys on. And then now we have a quick Q&A to do. I put up a poster on my IG story. It's a sticker on my IG stories, and I asked you guys to ask me questions. Some were very repetitive, so I just wrote a few that were like different. Yeah, and if you don't follow me on IG yet, please do. I will leave my name somewhere on the screen. Okay, so let's get into the Q&A. The first one was, how do these block rotations work? I saw you posted this month that you're on a new block. So how the rotations work is you have 3 months for a rotation. So in first year you do surgery, you do obs and gynae, you do internal medicine, and you do pediatrics. So you have 4 rotations in your first year of internship, and then for each of those rotations it's 3 months each. So after every 3 months you rotate. So internship is 2 years in South Africa. So after that first year, in the second year you have anesthesiology, I think ortho, and I know family medicine is going to be 6 months, and the other ones I think it's anesthesia ortho. I don't know if I'm missing something, but yeah, so those are the 2 years. So that's how the rotations work. After every 3 months you have to keep going. And then in internship there's also an HPCSA logbook where you keep record of whatever procedures you might have done, observed, learned, and you give feedback basically to the HPCSA, which is the Health Professional Council of South Africa, which is a regulatory body for health professionals. So that's how that works. And then the second question says, how has internship been? Internship has been a roller coaster. It's been exciting. It's a whole new phase. It's a whole new phase in terms of my career. It's a whole new phase in terms of my life. So everything has just been changing all at once. So it's been quite exciting, but also can be very, very, very overwhelming. But I'm grateful to be where I am currently. How's the internship, money, and lifestyle? The lifestyle also depends on the rotation that you're on. It's not the best in terms of work, to be honest. In general, internship, you know, as one would say, you spend the majority of your time in hospital. Like, when you have a bit of free time, or rather when I had a bit of free time, instead of like filming or whatever, I prefer to sleep, because you're just almost always exhausted, guys. It's draining, eh? Angfuni to mislead anybody and make it look, no, it's draining. No, kuningi, like, it's draining. So definitely the lifestyle is not the best, especially if you're trying to live a balanced life where I'm trying to work out, I'm trying to do this, I'm trying to be social, I'm trying to visit home. It's a lot. The lifestyle is honestly not the best. You try to work where possible with the rotation so that you have a life outside of medicine, but most of the time you spend your time at work, more where and that's it. It's really, for me, it's really not the best. It's not the lifestyle that I wish for myself. And how's the money? Please, please, I just know that currently I can get myself everything that I need and most of what I want currently, and I'm quite happy about that. How does being on call as a whole full entire doctor yeah, differ from life as a student intern? Kupa shout out. But hello. It's C, like CEE underscore Tato. Hi, shout out to you. Hey. So how does it differ? I think being on call as a student, you're mainly there to learn. So you take your time with a patient, you really examine them, you really you know, like you could spend an hour with a patient just learning. When you are on call as a doctor, it's more of, obviously you need to see a lot of patients. Like, how can I put it? As a student, there isn't as much pressure to, you know, if there's 10 patients, I won't get in down. You just take your patient to the side, you see them, you devise a plan. You could be on call and like see 2-3 patients or whatever, because you spend so much time just trying to understand all the clinical science and putting them together. When you're a doctor now, it's kind of low-key expected for you to obviously try and see patients. You're not going to spend like 3 hours on one patient, for example. So it's kind of like expected of you to work more efficiently, to be a little bit faster, you know. So there's that bit of pressure. You get scared now because you are, as much as in internship you still have protections, you still have senior review, but you have more responsibility than a student. Obviously you are held accountable for your actions. When you sign off, you're signing off with your practice number. There's just a little bit of, you know, responsibility that you feel, and there's also that fear of making a mistake, because at the beginning of a rotation, obviously, versus at the end, there are two very different things, but you're still very scared. Okay, I hope I'm not making a mistake. You always want to, like, obviously at first you want to have all your plans pre-approved, but it gets to a point where you take a bit of ownership and a bit of like, I got this, you know. And yeah, so I think that the major difference for me has been responsibility and having to work a little bit, you know, with a bit more efficient. That has been a bit of like, oh, okay, cool. But the nice thing about being a doctor currently is that because I spent 3 months in one rotation, towards the end of the second month, or like, you know, and the third month, like, you start knowing conditions quite quickly and easily, and you know, oh, for this we treated with this, for that we treated with that. Whereas as a student, I felt like you are in a certain rotation for like 4 weeks, and then you're already moving on, and then you're moving on. I feel like the 3 months is kind of like long, and you see common conditions commonly, and you're the one who's actively managing them. So in terms of learning, things stick better, I feel. Next question. So yeah, what has been the most physically taxing part of work? I think, I don't know, maybe it was just me. Being a doctor is a physically demanding job. more physically demanding than I thought. You spend a lot of your hours on your feet, whether it's theater, whether it's ward round, whether you spend a lot of hours on your feet. You spend a lot of hours walking to the lab, to radiology, to wherever. Sometimes you are pushing patients from one ward to the other. You are, hey, it's actually physically demanding. I really didn't think it's like, I didn't think, I don't know. Like, I mean, it's not an office job, I realize that. It's not a sit down behind the computer kind of job, I realize that. But I didn't think it's this physically demanding, and I don't know how to explain it. Like, you hit your 10,000 steps very early in the day. Do you know what I mean? It's really physically demanding. But I think the most physically taxing part, I think the lack of sleep and the lack of eating, that has been physically taxing on me. Like, not eating well, not sleeping well. Obviously, that affects how I work, that affects my mood. It affects quite a lot. So, yeah, that has to. Next question is, how do you readjust your body's clock when on call versus when you have to sleep properly on normal days? It's vibes. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't mastered it. It's really vibes. Especially if you have calls that are too close together. It's vibes. You sleep with, it's vibes. There's no readjustment of body clock. The thing is, in certain rotations you do not have a routine. Like, you don't have enough normal days to have a routine where you sleep kadang, for example. You literally just push through. When you're at work and it's sleep time, sometimes I feel like, okay, like I'm getting a bit sleepy, but you literally, like, you get stimulated at work and you just work. You feel tired, you feel exhausted, but you just do, like, I don't know how to explain. It's just vibes. You push through when you have to push through. You go to sleep when you have to go to sleep. I personally, I haven't figured out how to, like, shift between the two. It's vibes. It's really vibes. How long are your calls actually? The calls depend on there's a little bit of an internship reflection. The calls depend on which rotation you're on. In surgery, we used to have 24 plus. They say the hour, like, the calls would be 24 hours, but like, you don't leave immediately after 24 hours, so that was really long. In obs and gynae, we had 12-hour calls and 16-hour calls. So that was nice. Like, it was a huge change from surgery. In internal, we also have 24-hour calls and 16-hour calls. Sorry, we have 16-hour calls and 12-hour calls. So it all depends where you're working and how they work. But the calls can be pretty long and pretty brutal. But when I'm, like, saying 24-hour call, don't think you have time to, like, depending on the call. If it's busy, you might not get a chance to sleep. Sometimes, depending on the rotation, you do not eat. Guys, it's madness, actually. This is madness. When I say you work in 16 hours, sometimes you work 16 hours straight. No breaks. And it's so unhealthy now. Guys, so don't think I'm saying, 16 hours, she probably said, no. You're working the whole time, you're doing an up and down, you're seeing patients, yeah. I just think now on internal, it's been so far my healthiest block. They prioritize breaks, which is very nice. It's been great. The other blogs are ziyakhala. No, ziyakhala. No, isn't khala. Nami bengikhala. Like, Jane Medzi everywhere. So the calls. Will you post AM hospital reels, crusty post call reels, etc.? We need those. Are you guys interested in those? Like, are you? Let me know. But also, another thing is, sometimes when I'm at work, I'm really at work, hey? Like, you don't think, I might have like a cute snap there when I update, but normally that happens on my Instagram. So yeah, so I'm more like, I post more frequently there, but like, most of the time when I'm at work, and I'm most of the time preoccupied. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'll post those. Are you related to Dr. Mukoka and Steve Biko? I don't know who that is. We might be, we might not be, maybe we don't know each other. I don't know who that is, so I want to say no. The last question, which is quite long, says, looking at how rigorous the work and how demanding your work is, standing for long hours in the medical field, for someone who has had an intense injury like a pelvic fracture and are yet to go to medical school, do you think it's a good idea for them to continue with it, or would you advise looking at other careers so they can maintain their well-being? Ooh. So in a nutshell, this person is saying they've had a pelvic fracture and they haven't gone to medical school, so they're still going. So I'm assuming they're in high school. So they've had a pelvic fracture, so they're wondering, should they still pursue medicine given how physically demanding it is, or should they go elsewhere? I don't think I am in a position to say you can or cannot do it. Medicine is physically demanding. What I would recommend is maybe you could job shadow I do not know the extent. I know you're saying it's serious, but I do not know the extent of the fracture, what was done to fix it, what is your current functioning status. I do not know that. So obviously asking your doctor would be the most ideal thing, because not only do they know what injuries you actually have, but they also went through medical school and they can kind of try and put those two together. What I would advise in terms of you wanting to know physically is maybe going to job shadow an intern, not a GP, whatever, an intern in a hospital for maybe a week or two, maybe during holidays or whatever, for a week, and just when they're on call for 24 hours, like just be with the intern the whole time. I think that's kind of like a true reflection of, not a true reflection of clinical medicine in South Africa, so that you can really see if you can cope or not. I think, yeah, that's what I would say. I also had a big surgery I was in 5th year. Yeah, fourth. When was 2019? In 2019. I think I was in 4th year. In 4th year. And I had a big surgery. I had a spinal surgery, and yeah, and I mean, I would say I'm coping currently. Yeah, at the beginning it was quite challenging. I won't lie, I did get tired and this and that. I had challenges at the beginning, post surgery, obviously, as expected, but as time went on, my functioning improved and I'm coping well. I think I'm doing fine. I'm able to handle, yes, I do get tired, I'm not gonna lie, I do get tired. My back gets tired, my back gets sore. It gets uncomfortable. Sometimes I do get a bit of pain, but overall I think I'm doing well, although it was a big surgery. And so I'm saying, it's just because it was a big surgery or a big injury doesn't necessarily mean you are unable to do things. So I think talking to your doctor, as well as shadowing an intern in a hospital, might give you it might give you more information so that you can make a more informed decision. So yeah, that is that. Oh my word, I can't believe I finally filmed. Forgive me if there's any mishaps, forgive me if I derailed, forgive me if I'm not making sense. I haven't talked to the camera in a long time, but I hope somehow this gave you a little bit of an update of what is happening. It gave you a little bit of context of what's going on in my life. And yeah, and please do not forget to give me suggestions in the comments down below on what the giveaway should be. And by you commenting, subscribing and following me on IG, you're already entering, and in the next video I will be announcing how long the entries would be going on for, and I'll be announcing exactly what the giveaway will be. But for now, please like, comment, share and subscribe. I will be seeing you in the next video, or maybe it will be a vlog, I don't know. But yeah, see you soon. Bye.